What's up, twin? Ka-chow! Got your ass. Anyways, long time no see. I'm here. We're back in the flesh. Good old yap session. Why does that look like that's crooked? Sorry. Bear with me. I thought I had my phone set up. I didn't. Okay. Anyways, we're back. I just be forgetting. I can't even cap to you. I just be forgetting. And then I'll next like a week or two will pass by and I'm like, damn, I need to record. With that being said, though, thought-provoking topics, deep thinking stuff, comment, and I'll get there. Today's talk is experiencing. There's really no true context behind this one besides I just had I posted on Instagram probably about a week or so ago, and I was just like, the caption had to do with experiencing, something like that. I lied. The caption was, "It really is worth experiencing." That was the caption. It's tough. And then I was like, dang, I need to make another video. So here we are. And then I asked one of my friends, because some of the people have been saying you need to make a video. And I'm like, well, here we are. But side rants aside, you need to experience more. Simple as that. So, first off, what even is experiencing? Yeah, you get the point. Google definition, contact with and observation of facts or events. The definition is, it sounds weird, like it flows weird, but it just, how I interpret it, just like doing stuff, seeing stuff. That's kind of what experience to me, like how I took it. But contact with and observation of facts or events. Google. Why do I think you need to experience more? You learn a ton, dude. I kid you not. Like, one of my big takeaways, me and my mom went to New York around Christmas time last year, for a little family vacation or whatever, right? And it was one of those things, like, I feel when you experience something new, it just warps your mind like that much more. Or maybe this much more. But it also just puts things into a whole different perspective that you might not have thought about before, right? So, like, me, for example, when I went to New York, the city of dreams, right? Hopes and dreams, I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I said that like I haven't lived in the... Oh, that's really dirty. It's not dirty. There's just a lot of papers in here, actually. Literally just papers. I was going to prop my foot on it, but I don't want to keep it open because I don't want you seeing that. Anyways. When I went to New York, like, for me, it was just, like, it put everything into perspective of how, like, I guess you could say insignificant you are, but at the same time, how you, like, for me, how I took it was, like, dang, I'm 1 in 8 billion. I'm a grain of sand in the beach. I'm a grain of sand at the beach. But then how I also took it, and the takeaway from that was, hey, I want to be the best grain of sand in the beach. Literally. I want to be better than every grain of sand out there. I want to be the biggest grain of sand. The one grain that everybody knows about. Like, oh yeah, no, this is the cool grain of sand. He's done this, that, and the third. Like, that's what my takeaways was from it, right? Because it's also like, while I was there, you see people from just different backgrounds, different walks of life, different home styles, different, like, morals, how different ways of carrying themselves. So I was like, damn, bro, I just need to do more. I just need to do more. I need to experience more. I need to learn more. I need to just do stuff, right? And I think that, like, the reason you might need to experience more, I'm not saying go to New York. If you can, hey, that's cool. If you've already done it, hey, that's even cooler. You beat me there, I guess. But it's like, one of the things that I've really, like, noticed in the last 2 years, like, people like our age. I'm 21, by the way. I don't know how old you are, but I'm assuming you're on the same age as me. Or you might be like 35, I don't know. Anyways, I don't really care how old you are. But point being, like, it feels to me that, like, Gen Z, here we go. I think it's like our generation, bro. Like 20 to, like, we'll go 18 to like 25, bro. Like, we're so absorbed with, like, the media, with the media, whether it's your phone, laptop, iPad, the game, TV, like, whatever it is. You're not, like, this is gonna be another video too, but you're not connected with society. We're literally disconnected from society, right? And like, I kid you not, even the other day, I went to the diner to get some food, and I seen two of my homeboys there, and I was like, oh, what's up, talking or whatever. And then like, I told him, I was like, bro, I was like, so you go tell me you can't eat your food with your friend and have a conversation? Like, you got to be on your phone, got to be watching YouTube, whatever. And he was like, yeah, man, I just really like watching stuff while I eat. Bro, it's pitiful, right? But like, that's part of experiencing. Like, the reason I said we're like so disconnected from society and we're so attached to like the media and electronics and all this extra shit, bro, is because it's like you don't experience, you really don't, because you're sitting there like you're on your phone while you eat, and you're taking away a whole conversation that you could have, or you're just making everything like so like minute. I don't even know if that makes sense or not, right? But it's like, I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but just stick with me here. Like, I also say that like you need to experience more, because it's like, even if you think about it on something the small scale, right? You contemplate going on a walk, go on the walk. Get your ass up, go on that damn walk that you've been contemplating about. There's no reason for you not to. Let's say you've already done that same walk before. Okay, well, like, think, just like be in the moment. Like, excuse me. Sorry, hold on. I'm realizing my brain's trying to go really fast, and I'm trying to sound really smart, so I'm like fumbling low key. But please stick with me. Oh, we'll get there, I hope. Like, I like to think about it, experiencing and doing stuff in terms of things that you would say no towards, right? Obviously, like, if you have true, legitimate reasoning as to why you're saying no, cool, I get that. But if you're one of the... Oh, my TV was on and it just like went blank for a second. Anyways, I got confused. Anyways, like, if you're one of those people who says no to a lot of things, and you don't have like true, solid, concrete reasoning besides, hey, I don't want to, hey, I'm tired, oh, I might have this, or oh, I don't think it'll be fun, whatever, shut the hell up and go do it. Shut up and go do it, because you don't know how it's going to be, you don't know who you're going to meet, what you're going to think about, how you're going to, I mean, obviously you know how you're going to get there, but like, you don't know what you're going to do, or you might not, I don't know. Anyways, you don't know who you're going to meet, what might happen, what you're going to think about, how you're going to be in that moment in time. Like, it's literally just like, give yourself something new, give yourself something fresh, even if it's not anything crazy. Like, let's say you go on a walk a different path, give yourself a new experience. It might not be anything crazy, but it's literally like, I feel that our brain is so routined. There we go. I was trying to like, anyways, yeah. I feel that like our brain is so routine and like XYZ, 1, 2, 3, literally just repeat, right? And you don't give yourself time to experience new things. And now I get it if like, hey, I'm a college student, you know what I mean? Some of y'all are college students as well. I get it in terms of like, we're busy, we have grades or we have to pass classes, we have assignments. I'm an athlete, so I had some, like, fucking being an athlete, mixing all of that into it as well, and mental health and, like, personal life. I get it. It's hard to experience new things. But at the same time, it's possible. If you have time to go out on the weekend and do this, that, and the third, you have time to go create a new experience, do something you've never done, whether it may be as simple as going on a walk on a path that you've never walked on before. Like, I feel like my brain has an image, but I can't get it out, right? I don't know. But I really, for me, when you experience and you do new shit, even no matter how small it is, I feel like it just tweaks your brain just that much. And you just need it, because literally, like I said, we're so routine to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. Our brain is so heavy routine that it's like, hey, I'm gonna go eat, boom, pull out the phone instantly. I have class, boom, I gotta do this right after. Opposed to like, maybe like, let's try to manage your time a little bit better and maybe do something else. I don't know. I don't know where I was gonna go with that. I really don't. Damn it. I feel like I'm selling. I'm really sorry. I really like try to not go into these with like a game plan. This is the one that's kind of throwing me off with this no game plan stuff. But like, that's really just one of my biggest things, bro, is I literally feel you simply need to experience, you need to do something new, do something different, whether you can like change your routine somehow to just get a different experience, because we're like I've been saying, I feel like I repeated myself this too many times in this last like 2 minutes. Like I said, we are so routine. Our brain is so copy paste that we probably don't give ourselves the time to do something new or create a new experience or learn something new or create a new memory or whatever it is. Like start learning start writing. I don't know. I think I've already talked about that in a different video. Start like drawing, bruh. Start drawing. Like learn to draw, gang. Learn to draw, twin. Like, and it don't even have to be anything crazy. Obviously, like it's really like drawing for me is letting your creativity just flow, right? Like I draw when I'm at work sometimes, and people will ask me like, "Oh, what are you drawing?" I'm like, "Where I'm drawing whatever my hand wants to draw." I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm just letting the pencil go where it wants to go. You know what I mean? But it's like, for me, something in that, even that it's like so simple as like drawing for like 2 minutes when I don't have food to make for a person. It's an experience, even though it's so minute, so maybe insignificant, and I literally throw the paper away right after I'm done or right when the person shows up. But it's like, it's something that I draw. I get such a minute experience. I feel like it may alter my brain this much, barely anything at all, but it's something that's like, I do it and I learn something from it. I learned, like, in my mind, I'll tell me, oh, okay, my brain liked how I did this, or it liked how I didn't do that, or I wish I maybe could have done this differently, but the paper's already in the trash, or I already drew, so I'm not even worried about it so I'm not even worried about doing it differently, right? Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, gang. Like, it really doesn't. We're just so fucking attached to the media that we don't. I mean, I don't know about you, again, of course. I'm coming from a college athlete perspective, so, like, yeah, it's different. But, like, when was the last time you, like, gave yourself time to experience something new? Literally. Like, and back to what I was saying earlier, because I just remembered it now. If you're that friend who says no to a lot of things, bro, just start saying yes, bro. Just start saying yes. Don't think about it. Don't question it. Just say yes, bro. If there's a function, go to the function. Unless you have a hard, concrete reason not to, go to the function, bro. You might meet a new person, and then you might be like, dang, well, they seem kind of weird. Fuck it, talk to them. Try to make that motherfucker your best friend, even if he seems weird. Give yourself a new experience, because you don't know, like, what your takeaways may be from that person who you thought was weird. I kid you not. Like, you really don't know. And, like, I can't think of any direct examples off the top of my head, but I've heard a lot of times about, like, how people will meet a random, and then it actually turns out to be, like, a true great conversation. Oh my gosh, I just remember something now, yes. So, same thing for the example I'm going to make. I take my dogs to the dog park probably, like, once or twice a week, 3 times back home, because it's not too far from my house, right? And when I'm there, I'm not going to lie, I typically, like, I'm just in my own little world. I throw an AirPod in, listen to music, walk around, play with my dog, you know what I'm saying, whatever, right? But sometimes I don't. I don't have any music playing. I sit there, or I might walk around. No AirPods or nothing, right? But anyways, because I was gonna make the story way longer than it needs to be. To get to the point, I met a random guy who I think he's from Arizona. I think he wasn't from Texas. I met a guy who wasn't from Texas, and he was just traveling through because he was going to Florida. He was going to Florida for something, I don't remember. But anyways, we started talking about, like, college and whatnot, and I was like, oh, I don't remember when this was. I think this was last year. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to be a junior in August. I don't go here. I'm 5 hours away. Whatever. And then we just started talking about college. And, you know, and I was like, no, I wasn't, like, the best person my freshman, sophomore year, whatever. And he was like, oh, like, parties or whatever. And I was like, no, like, in terms of, like, my character, who I was as a person, how I treated others, how I treated others, how I carried myself, my morals. I just, like, I was telling him who I was as a freshman and sophomore in college. Terrible person. I was not a good person, like, truthfully, right? And then he started talking to me about his college experience, and, you know, where he fucked up at a lot, and how he had experiences in college that it may have been something so minute, but it's the same thing. It was something so small and minute, but there was some sort of takeaway, or he learned this much more about himself, or his brain just like shifted this much, and maybe started thinking a little bit differently, right? But I say all these things to like circle back. Typically, like I said, when I'm at the dog park, I'm literally in my own world, right? For this reason, this one day I was like, you know what, let me be in the moment. Let me not be in my own little world, right? And then it led to me having a conversation with a stranger who I will never see again in my whole entire life, right? That's one thing right there. I'm big on Sonder. We've already made that video. I'm not talking about Sonder. Anyways, it's like I'm saying, where I typically don't engage in conversations because I do my own thing. I decide, you know what? Let me experience more. Let me talk to this random guy I'll never see again. Let me tell him where I go to college. Let me tell him where I'm from. Let me tell him about my college experience and my major and the people I've talked to and how I was and how my friends were, whatever, right? Now, I will say I don't directly remember the takeaways from our conversation, but it was just one of those things that was like, it just gives you insight, bruh. Like doing something new and experiencing something new just gives you more insight than what you previously might not have had. Like talking to the old guy, like this was really a while ago. But like I high key remember, or like not high key, but I low key remember him talking about how he was a dickhead too, and how his grades were like really, really bad, and then like he thought about dropping out, but then he was like, I low key can't because I'm a junior, so there's literally no reason to drop out, whatever. And then how he wanted to start his own business. Business was super iffy, and now the business is great, right? All of these things to be said is that we were sitting there talking about experiencing. I'm talking about my current college experience. He was talking about his previous one. He's also being in the moment and being vulnerable in terms of talking to a random person he'll never see again, telling me X, Y, and Z information when, like, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, all of his stuff already happened. There's, like, he's just telling me just to tell me. We're just conversating. That's all we're doing is just conversating, right? But he's being open enough just in the same way that I am in terms of, hey, I'm going to tell this stranger my experiences. I'm going to talk to this stranger so I can gain a new experience. There may not be any takeaways from a grown man talking to a 20-year-old because he knows more stuff than I don't. But at the end of the day, maybe it's one of those things where, because, like, how I was telling him, I was like, oh, my character was bad, whatever. I told him, I was like, yeah, no, I wasn't, like, I had a rough 2 years. He was like, oh, we're like partying, not going to class, whatever. And that's when I told him, hey, character stuff, not like school-related stuff, right? And then, like, something as simple as, like, me telling him that it was character opposed to schoolwork, maybe that could have gave him an experience in terms of how he thinks about things, opposed to, hey, always associating maybe school with partying, associate school with character development. And it, like, I don't know, I'm assuming, of course, but it's something that's like me saying that and me talking about my experience potentially could have changed his experience and how he thinks and how he perceives and understands things, right? Right. I think that made sense. I don't know. We're taking a drink. Also, I don't know what the drink is. I asked one of my friends to make me something good. And whatever she made tastes good. I think she said there's like brown sugar in there. But experiencing. I really just think it's like you just need to step out your comfort zone, bruh. Do some shit you haven't done before. If you're one of those people who thinks about, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to try, just do it. Just do it. Literally, like, I kid you not. I was talking to my uncle a while ago, and that's actually how, like, this whole YouTube stuff, like, got brought into fruition, like, heavy. And because I told him about it, I told him my vision with it, I wanted to just press record and just talk about whatever. And he was like, just start. Set up the channel. And he was telling me, like, he said he'll help me if I needed to. He was like, just set up the channel, description, cover picture, whatever. If you just record them, just send them to me and I'll edit and post for you, right? I told him I didn't want them edited, but he was like, if you don't want to post them, just like record them and just send them to me and I'll do it, right? Basically what I'm getting at is through like that conversation and him, like my conscious thoughts where I was like, I'll just do it later. I don't know why I haven't started it, but I'll start it at some point, right? And then talking to my uncle, He's like, no, just do it, bro. Just literally, just go in there, press record, upload it. And that's what I did. That's how, like, at least the ones where I was in my room, not the ones where I'm driving. I don't remember what the first video was. It might have been happiness. I don't know. Anyways, it was literally like, he told me, just literally just upload the video. That's all you have to do. Just upload the video. And the worst thing happens is they get no views. Here I am, almost 50 subs. Whoop, whoop, yeah, me. But something like that, something as simple as him just saying, hey, just do it, because I was saying, oh, I might, oh, maybe this, maybe that. It just gave me just a different experience, and it shifted my mind to, you know what? Let me just fucking press record and upload. Because, like, I kid you not, like, I lied. Also, I just remembered. I started doing the videos last year in my dorm, not over the summer, because I just remembered some of the older videos. Anyways, damn it, what was I saying? But basically, like, my uncle telling me to just do it, just changed my brain that much to, you know what, he's right. I do need to just fucking press record and then just upload them. Like I said, the worst that happens is that I get no views, no subscribers, right? Right. And like, something as simple as having that conversation gave me a new experience, and here I am. And I want to continue getting new experiences, and I think you should do the same. Like, what I'm getting at is, like, because how I said, that's why I remember, I started it, I remember that. I was saying that with the videos, or like this YouTube stuff, I was like, do it later, the maybe, the ifs, the ors, I'll think about it, right? That's my whole thing, right? If you're one of those people, nigga, fuck that, bro. Just do whatever the hell it is. Quit thinking about maybe later. Quit thinking about I'll get to it when I get to it, or when I have time, or maybe not. No, bro, just today. Just start today. Start that new experience that you've been thinking about today. Because I kid you not, I realistically don't know when the hell this channel would have started if it wasn't for that conversation with my uncle, bro. But like, just start it. Start the new experience. Start whatever the hell it is, because if not when, then if not now, then when, right? That shit was not hard. I thought it was hard in my brain, but that's been said a million times. But it's literally like, start that new experience, and then you can keep expanding off of it, because that's how this channel's been. It started off as me originally just driving home, pressing record, and I uploaded it, right? And then it turned into me in my dorm, and then over the summer, talk to him, whatever. But it's like, because I started making the videos over the summer, and I started with a video, set experience, another video, another set experience, more videos, more experiences, more of this, more thinking, more changing my brain this much to get some sort of result, or not even a result, really just like each video, to me, how I'm thinking about it is like, each video is a new chance to think, a new chance to experience, a new chance to maybe say something out loud that I've always thought about, but hear it, like, it's always one of those, like, you know how you think about something and you say it out loud and it's like, whoa, it really like puts it in a different perspective. That's how these videos are. It's like, me making these videos, it's not anything crazy, but it's me doing some sort of experiencing, right? And also because I really don't try to think about these, because I feel like the more effort I put into actually thinking about these, what I'm going to say, planning, I feel like it's not as authentic, and the videos just simply worse, right? We can disagree. That's my thoughts on it. It's my channel, not yours. That was wrong hand. Anyways, but like I said though, to circle back to whatever you've been thinking about, just start doing whatever you've been thinking about, and then just continue it. If you want to start, no, I was gonna say lifting, but that's a crappy example. I don't know. If you like whatever it is that you want to start, or that you've been so iffy about, just start it. Make it a brand new experience for yourself, your consciousness, your brain, your eyes, your ears, literally, like, make it a brand new experience, bruh. And then once you started it, figure out how to make it better, because once you make it better, that means you can tweak the experience just that much more. Like how I've been uploading the videos, I've been changing my thoughts, my experiences with the videos, and how I want to do the videos, and maybe things that wouldn't sound good that much more, simply because I've been somewhat consistent in it. And if you get somewhat consistent and whatever it is that you might want to experience, you'll just keep tweaking your brain just this much more. Just every time you do something, just that much more. The next time, that much more. And that might not sound like anything crazy, but it also like it all will build up to something at the end. Like hopefully, you know what I'm saying, if we get like 100,000 subs or something like cool, how I will perceive certain things and how I will want to experience certain things will be drastically different than what it is right now. Obviously, that'll be in the future, so it's like, I'll be thinking different, my life will be different, whatever, right? But it's just like the premise is just like, just starting something new, bro. Starting a thought that you've always had, or doing something you've never wanted to do, or hanging out with somebody you've wanted to hang out with, talking to a stranger, or going up to some shorty, or going up to some dude, even if you think it's gonna go bad, bro, just do it, bro. Do it. Do it. I kid you not, I'm finna sell myself out right here, right? My gym crush back home. She's never gonna see this because she don't even know my name. But, anyways, one of my summer job 2 years ago, the guy I worked with, he knew her, right? And I was telling him about my type, whatever. She's my type, right? And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just fuck it one day. I'm gonna just fuck it. Walk up to her, whatever, conversate, however it goes, it's gonna go, right? My dumb ass did the wrong thing, and I was like, oh, we're doing the same exercise. I'm gonna try to like give her like a pointer on the exercise. I don't know. This is also twin. God, don't ever think about approaching a female what you're gonna say. Please don't, because it will not go how you anticipated in your head unless you're that nigga. I'm not that nigga. That's why it went horribly, right? Anyways, point being, I'm the little mindset, she's done with her, so I go talk to her, whatever, and I like gave her like an advice or a little cue on the thing, and then like we were trying to start a conversation, and in my mind, because I only got past, hey, I'm gonna give her this cue on this exercise, I didn't think about what the hell was gonna happen next, and it might sound like really dumb, but I was like, gym crush, nervous, you know what I mean, and then got her name, shook hands. But it was like an awkward shake hands, because it was like, I think we were like dapping up, but then I went like this, and then it was like, you know, one of those, we were in a back and forth, and I sat there, and then I was like, oh, well, that was like really awkward, like word for word, verbatim. And then she's like, yeah, I can sense a little awkward energy in the air. And then I was like, double fuck, because my dumb ass admitted to it being awkward. And then she was like, yeah, no, that was awkward. Here I am, look like a dickhead, right? Fast forward, the conversation just like ended just because it was just terrible, right? But point being, the reason I even say this story is because it's like, I don't know what my takeaways from were. Hello? I mean, I lied, I do. One of the takeaways was to not think about what the hell you're finna say. If you think Shorty's cute, compliment her on her tats. I don't know. I've done that before, and I've had better success giving some random female a compliment on her tattoo. So now, like, I see her at like when I'm home, I see her probably like a couple times, and we just yap, whatever, right? But point being was like, I gained an experience, and then I learned something from that experience. It might not have been anything crazy. I kid you not, gang. This was also like literally a 1 minute interaction. It took me longer to tell the story than the actual interaction was itself. So don't think I was over there running game. Hell no, I wasn't. I looked like I never even watched the game before, but nah, it was terrible. But point being said was, in my mind, there was a new experience. What did I do? I went to actively try to progress towards gaining a new experience. In simple terms, I thought about talking to her because I've never talked to her, and I went and talked to her, right? I thought about a new experience, and I went forward and took action towards that new experience, right? And then, because of how it went, it tweaked my brain this much. It tweaked my brain, and I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just not think about what we're going to say to people. No, like, yeah, she's your gym crush, so it's a little bit easier said than done, but just, like, in general, like, thinking about what you're going to say, thinking about how you want the conversation to go, it's not authentic, right? It tweaked my brain that much, and that's what I gained from it, was, hey, it's not authentic. You sitting here thinking, pondering on what to say, that's not you, that's not true, that's not true to the experience. To make it true to the experience was if I sat there, hey, yes, this is my gym crush, hey, I don't know what to say, you know what, let's just fuck it, run in blind, play rock paper scissors and then we're cool from there. I don't know. I feel like that probably would have went better than me thinking about what I was gonna say to her, right? But it's like even with this example, I feel like where I messed up was I was thinking about the experience. I was thinking about going up to her, approaching, talking about this, that, and the third. I didn't get the true experience, and that's probably where that is where I sort of was thinking about what the hell to say, right? But point being, thought about an experience, engaged in the experience. It tweaked my brain just a little bit, and then I can just proceed with my life from that because I did something new. I gained a new experience. I gained a new memory. There's a takeaway from it. I learned something about myself. I learned from it. I can tell somebody else the same story and tell them not to do the same thing so they won't have, I can tell somebody to not do the same thing so they can have a better experience than what I have, right? And I also think that that's another thing that goes into experiencing and doing different things is like, you can't pass it down. You can't pass down experiences, but you can like pass down knowledge from those, right? So like a lot of the time I'll be talking to my roommate about like pretty deep stuff, some pretty heavy stuff, and I'll give him my opinion. And I'll also tell him, I'm like, hey bruh, I'm 21 years old, I'm in college just like you is, twin. I'm not a wizard. And then he'll be asking me like deep like psychological stuff, and I'm also like, twin, I'm a psych minor, not no major. So take all this information with a grain of salt. But it's one of those, I'll tell him stuff based on my life, whatever. And then it's like, it can add to his experiences. It can add to how he might think about things. And I think that it's like, by doing X, Y, and Z and gaining new memories, experiences, thoughts, whatever, you need to, and you really should try to help out where you can. Try to like because I've done X, Y, and Z, I want to help my roommate do X, Y, and Z. I want to help, because I'm so deep into psychology, I want him to be deep in psychology. Not because I am, but it's because I recognized how my experiences have affected me. I talk to him, I see how his experiences have affected him, and I want him to try to just continue experiencing, but in a better way. Like I said, I'm big into psychology. I've tried to get him, here and there. I'm like, hey, just psychology stuff. You know what I mean? Same thing like philosophy. I'm not like, I like philosophy. I think it's really, really cool. I'm not super big on it. I just watched Joe Bart. He's a philosophy major. But same thing. We'll start talking about like philosophy and like just like little things. You know what I mean? And it's like because I've created experiences for myself, and I've learned things about myself, or my brain has changed ever so slightly, I can give somebody else an experience that they might not have had. And I can help them change their brain ever so slightly, not only to benefit themselves, to benefit others, to benefit their whole life and everything as they know. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You need to experience more. There's no downsides, bro. If you have something you've been thinking about that you've been back and forth, bro, just start it. Just go do it, bro. Just fucking start, bro. Just do it today. Do it tomorrow. Figure out, write down in your phone or in your calendar the next day that you're like free, or you don't got work, you don't got schoolwork to do, and go start that new thing that you've been thinking about, bro. And be in the moment. And when you're done, reflect on how you felt, reflect on your mood, your emotions, what you were thinking about. If you were happy, you were sad, irritated, frustrated, if you wish you weren't the only motherfucker there, if you wish you went earlier, like, just do something, experience, play a new game, buy a new game on your Xbox, on a PC, on a PlayStation, whatever, buy a new game, get you a new headset, like, experience something different, something new. It may not be anything crazy. Literally, getting a new headset, it might not be anything crazy because it's just a headset, but it's a brand new headset. That makes it a brand new experience. You play all of your games, you get a brand new experience because you have a better headset. You can play the game better. You'll have more fun. Your mic quality might be better. Your friends can hear you better. You can hear them better. Experiencing, twin. I'm really big on experiencing. That's also because I'm really big on Sonder. I love Sonder. It's a top 5 word of all time. You need to go watch that video if you haven't. Right. But experiencing, bro, because it's also like, twin, we have like as humans, we have a hard cap at life. You got like 110 max. If you got great genetics, I don't know. But like even with this, like I'm talking about right now, I kid you not, I told all my friends, my roommate, everybody that I want to make it to 120 years old. Is that possible? I don't think so. Knock on wood, because I want to live that fucking old. But what I'm getting at is like, I want to live to 120 because I want to experience. I want to continue to do things that I haven't done. I want to continue to talk to people that I'll never see again. I want to continue to make memories. I want to continue to build friendships and do things and go places and learn new stuff, try new things, new food, new clothes, new aesthetics, just look at different things. I don't know. I literally want to experience. That's all I want to do. That's literally all I want to do with my life is just gain more and more and more and more experience and then help people because I've had so many experiences. I want to help other people do the same. I want to help other people create their own experiences, create their own life philosophy, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Solely because the fact that I've been experiencing myself and I've been doing this, so I want to help you do the exact same, if not better than me. Like, I want to live to 120. I want one of my friends to make it to 121. What? I want you to experience more than I did. Solely because you're just gaining experience, gaining knowledge, tweaking your brain, gaining memories and friendships, and becoming a better human being and changing your character, whatever. Like, all of that goes into experiencing who you are as a human being. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. I'm not finna cap though, twin. That's like high key all my brain power. Yeah. That's all I got. Love you, twin. Appreciate you for your time.